Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and TeamRedMiner just came out with a new release, 10.13, and it allows FPGAs to mine Blake 3, specifically Ironfish. I can't confirm Alphium or anything like that, so it's just going to be Ironfish right now. But this allows users to go ahead and start mining that. There were some updates released and just announced tonight. Added support for Ironfish on FPGAs and Hive OS, Navi, ZIL, GPU, clock switching script. There's a bunch of readmes in here. More importantly for me, with the C1100 FPGA, is the FPGA Ironfish guide, which I'm going to literally pull up right now. You can just go to their release page and go and download whatever you need. And inside their guide here, we can see some of the parameters and all that good stuff. So I basically took my Kaspa overclocks and carried it over, but I did add an extra argument for error reporting. They added it back on this version. But long story short, start off the core low, 200 megahertz, and then bump it up, 250, 300 megahertz, so on and so forth. You can copy my commands as well as what they have in here. I did have an issue where I went to go update on Hive, but because I'm running off a USB instead of SSD, it corrupted the OS, so I had to redo that. So I just went straight into Linux, which is actually running right now. And you can see the miner there on the left-hand side. I am blocking my DNA number, or the full DNA number, but we're getting a pretty decent hash rate. I would say about 47.3 gigahash at around 60 watts, 61 watts, somewhere in there. And I am building up or working on the sheet again. So if I get some more testing data and information to put in the hash rate and all the various parameters, the lowest mem that we can do is 1050. Same thing for Kaspa. This is more core intensive. Memory might help, but it's more core dependent. So I didn't bother with that. It's all going to be about what you set the core to and based on that information. So I set the core at 582. I left the VCC INT at 600. Same thing that I ran for Kaspa, 24/7, no prompts whatsoever. And if we actually go back to the system, you will see that the temperatures are actually pretty good. We're sitting in the 30s on the core. And this thing with a Osprey cooler is handling it just fine. I do have a little snippet screenshot right here that I can bring up for you guys. And you will see, yep, 35 on the core. This is as it was climbing up. It will, even if you set a high core clock like I did, 582 core, because I have sufficient cooling, it will slowly ramp up 325 and then 350 and 380. It will just slowly build up. Give it time, let it load its bit stream, and you will be just fine. I did record the opening process as far as getting it started on Linux, but it's very simple. You can literally copy this command if you're on Linux and tweak some of the parameters like I did. I will actually bring up those commands here in just a moment, or share them with you in the description if you're interested, and then tweak from there. But this command right here, the --FPGA _ER _ auto equals 1.5, is it's going to, if it detects it, go above that threshold 1.5. I set mine to 2 for right now. But if it goes above that, it will downclock the core to try to get that error rate lower. So that's pretty good. That helps save your hardware as well. It does say that we can push it, up to 600 core, and I'm at 582. 650 is the max. And they say this right here. So when using auto error rate feature, the user will only need to specify / set their desired core voltage, maximum core, and maximum error rate. For example, on the C1100, the typical command line will look like this. It's sudo dot / TeamRedMiner. Ironfish is the algo, the pool address, the wallet address, and then here the main command. So FPGA _VCC _INT 600, same thing I had. And then the core clock, I set mine for 582, but we can push it up to 650. However, we're going to hit higher error rates. So that's why I'm doing my testing and tuning on Linux. And trying to go from there before I actually set it and forget it using Hive OS, because we can just run our miner update command via Hive and use that as well, because Hive doesn't have this version just yet, but it will in the coming days. I'm sure we'll have it within the next 24 hours by the time you're watching this video, so you could just use that version instead of upgrading or manually updating. But the TeamRedMiner Discord, they have the command in here. If you do need it and you're not sure how to do it, you just got to choose the previous version, overwrite that previous version to the temp directory, and then hash away via Hive. Just obviously USB drives can be a problem for Hive OS. They do give you some extra information here regarding, like, if you start to see your, test it out for 20-30 minutes, you're starting to see increased error rates, your clocks are going down, your hash rate's going down, then obviously test and tune from there, going in increments of, say 25 megahertz up, bit by bit, making sure everything is good to go, making sure your cards are stable. And then also, if you have issues with the JTAG, what they say here is if your cards crash with JTAG errors, you may want to try setting the FPGA max JTAG megahertz equals 5, as lower voltages can cause the JTAG logic to not function correctly at higher JTAG clock rates. But with the main system, being in my room, I don't know why I lost my signal there, because I'm using a capture card. With the main system being in my room, it's being extra cool. I would assume out in the living room will probably be around 42, 44 degrees Celsius, but it's hashing away no problem. I just got to get switch back over and keep on testing and tuning. Once I get this data on here, I will share this with the community. Come back to this video, put it down in the description, but feel free to test it out. Now, I believe not all FPGAs are supported just yet, but they do have support for the TUL TH53. I believe that's basically like the forest kitten, and then they fixed some issues with DNAs being read from the wrong SLR on the VU9P and the VU13P boards, which are I believe used for the Osprey E300s and stuff. So not all FPGAs are supported just yet, but if you do have one of these cards, including like the C1100, you will be able to mine Ironfish with this particular FPGA, and it's actually doing very well compared to the 4090, which has can hit 58 gigahash at roughly 330 watts right here, 330 watts, 58 gigahash. This thing is doing really good, so it's very efficient. How long would that be as now FPGAs, because obviously this bit stream was available privately for testing and data and all that good stuff. Now that it's open to the public, how would that impact Ironfish profits and stuff like that? We'll just have to wait and see. But TeamRedMiner, new update, allows your FPGA to mine Blake 3, specifically Ironfish. Maybe things will come in the future like Alphium and stuff like that. But stay tuned to the channel, and if there are any updates, I will post it. And do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button, make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification button to stay up to date, as well as check out some of the links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. I would try to put the Hive upgrade command, or the script that I'm running, in Linux. The Hive upgrade command is in their Discord. You can easily get that. You should already have it from previous past versions. If you're new, try hitting up one of the community members, and any other information I could provide in the description to help you out as far as like what I'm running right now as I'm testing and tuning that's been safe 24/7 on Kaspa. I will share that with you, and you can go from there kind of as a baseline and move up. But you guys just have yourself a wonderful evening. I will catch you in the next one. Take care.